Let's get it. And got it, right? Got it there. And let me just go over here on this device here, right? And say, got it right there. All righty, y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here in Morocco at northwest of Maxim. How are you? I welcome you all to our Impromptu Improv as we do every Friday, right? On this Impromptu Improv. And just to get right and cut to the chase, because as you guys can see the title, what's the title? Jesus is white, ex officio. So I already know this is going to be like a clickbaitable thing for a lot of people. It's going to be hilarious for scholars because we already know what we're actually saying because we're etymologists. You know what I'm saying? However, for the other etymologists out there, they're going to be like, oh, this is great. And, you know, there's some people out there that, you know, may subscribe to the names that delude to slavery, you know, Black, colored, Ethiopian, Negro, African-American. It's okay. You guys can get over your temper tantrum quickly because we're going to define the title before we even go in on the rest of this. However, let me introduce my magnificent bros. And from where I'm looking, Brother Sean is right below me. And then over that way, right in the middle, is Brother Aura, and even further to the right is Brother Aura. So, however, guys, let's get it going. And these are my magnificent brothers in whom I'm well pleased, and they are
Islam. I am Brother R. Bey, all rights reserved.
Yay, yay.
Paraguay deep, bro.
That's my bike pump. Let me stop.
Islam.
All right, go ahead, Joe.
Islam, brother Shalim Ayo, all is well, but you know my bros also like to comment.
Braveheart. Get it, Joe. Let's really, really go in here, guys. Again, welcome to our Friday. And first and foremost, happy holy degree to all beloved Muslims globally and intergalactically that are out there. We are going to, as usual, we're going to go into the invocation in terms of the Moorish American prayer. Then we're going to read the 2 letters to be read in every meeting. I will be doing the Moorish American prayer. Brother Autumn Bey is going to do the first letter to be read in every meeting, and Brother Sean is going to be doing the second letter to be read in every meeting. So without further ado, we're going to get to that and enjoy ourselves and get right into this. And I'm going to be, you know, editing on the fly if I can, because I already know I'm going to start off with screen sharing and whatnot or whatever. But I'm going to actually share this post out to while we're just doing this. So if I turn my head and we all talking, that's because I'm on a phone over here sharing out to different social media platforms. So everybody just come in and check it out. Those that even haven't, you know, subscribed yet. So now without further ado, let me go and screen share here. And hit that button there, right? And I'm going to go here to our administrative functions for the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, right? And just right there, let me just move Brother R right there for a second. So you guys can see, this is page 48 that we're on. And at the bottom of page 48 is the Moorish American prayer. And just above is standing in his Abba and Mortar Sharif Fez is Prophet Noble Drew Ali standing due guard there, standing firmly on his square. And so we can all stand, right? We're going to face east, all righty? We're going to put all 5 appendages on your left hand, have that extended, 2 on the right. We're going to face east. For me, where I am, east is this way, all righty? And you guys can repeat after me aloud or in your heart, and I'm going to have my feet just like Prophet Noble Drew Ali's there. All right, I'm going to do our invocation in. And again, you can repeat after me aloud or in your heart. Islam.
Islam.
Islam. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah,
Father of love.
Father,
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
peace,
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
and
justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah,
My guide.
my
My
God,
God
And my salvation.
and
and my salvation.
By night.
By
night
And by day.
and by
and
day.
Through his holy prophet.
His holy prophet,
Noble Drew Ali.
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 Ameen. All right, y'all, let's get it. Let me zoom on out here. All righty. From pages 48 and 49 pertaining to our administrative functions. So let's get to the first letter to be read in every meeting. And that is on pages 84 and 85. The following It's a letter written by Prophet Noble Drew Ali on the 18th day of January, 1928, Anno Domini. He commanded that it be read before every meeting. And I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Brother Ara Muaba Bey. Islam.
Islam, bro.
Islam.
Administrative functions, Moore Science Temple of America, Home Office, 3603 Indiana Avenue. Noble Drew Ali, founder, Chicago, Illinois, January 18th, 1929, to be proclaimed in every meeting. Dear brother Islam, I'm glad to know that I have a few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There is a host of jealousy about me and the movement. Now, by the same people of our side of the nation that claim it was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials that the nations of the earth government officials and the nations of the earth, that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as an American citizen. They are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take charge of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that contribute to the movement and uplifting funds, the ones that paid their divine respect to me and the movement, will be remembered. That is why I'm calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance, and I need it bad. Never before have I needed finance as badly as I do at present, that I may shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my fame and nobility. The nations of the world will not recognize the movement without me, the prophet, being the head. It has been proven by my work in which I have performed in the last few months, because I was at the governor's inauguration to represent the Moorish divine and national movement, and I will be at the inauguration of President Hoover for the same cause.
Ali, Islam. And here we are now in the Moorish literature, the excerpts from the Moorish Guide newspaper here on pages 12 and page 13. And you can see again, handsomely standing there is Prophet Noble Drew Ali standing due guard in his abba, in his Moorish Sharif's fez, and reading the divine warning by the prophet is our beloved brother. The second letter to be read in every meeting is being read by our beloved brother, whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. And I yield the floor to you, bro. Islam. You gotta unmute, bro, Sean.
Islam. There we go. Divine warning by the prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Prophet warns all Muslim governors ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical, agitating speeches while at work in their homes or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. When your love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple of the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive the reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. I said, can you move me up, sub, bro?
Pardon me, I started already getting that share on. There we go.
That's on. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting the prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. By order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Islam. All right. I might as well just get right on to it then, right? What are we talking about? Jesus is white. First of all, we're going to define a few things. First of all, let's define Jesus. Can we do that? we're going to go to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, and we're going to define Jesus. No one's ever heard of it before. Heard the definition, right? You never heard the definition before, right? Why is that's highlighted, but it's not showing a page? Interessante. It's a bit peculiar, yeah. It's a little bit. Going back and come back in, yeah. There's the page right there. It's on solar plexus. The last time we went in, we had a special guest, had Mully Man on with us, and Brother Sean brought up the portion about the solar plexus, right? So let's find Jesus. Jesus. All righty, let's do that.
Yes.
I know, right? Jesus Christ. Let's do that. I'm in the G's, right? Now in the H's, right?
And it's not Jesus. Like,
I know, right?
I
know, right? It took it right to the G's,
Jesus.
right? G's up Christ, right? Like G's up. The letter G, then Z-U-P. G's up. Okay, anyway. Let's see. Okay, I'm in the I section now, right? Hold on, what was that? That was Israelites. Oh, yeah, you guys might want, I know, right? We got highlights on certain portions for good reason. Just in case people like, well, we these peoples and all this other stuff. Oh, yeah, that's right, man. Jesus. I remember I found Ghaziel, but they got it as Jahaziel. I was like, wow. All right. And continuing. Moving forward, we're in the JE section, JH section, right? JER, which will be coming up on Jesus very soon. Pulling up on Jesus, like, what? Jeshua, right? I think we're here. Let me make sure. Boom, shakalaka. I know I had it highlighted. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for that highlight. All righty. I'm going to yield the floor. Who would like to read? Because we're going to define the title first, guys. While I'm doing the same time, I'm going to sit here and do my best to share out also. However, I yield the floor to whoever wants to read, and I know I got to turn the page. However, the metaphysical is right there in purple. I yield.
Islam. Jesus. Metaphysical definition is the I in man, the self, the directive power raised to divine understanding and power, the I am identity.
Jesus Christ. So Jesus isn't some painted pale-skinned son of ours that's been nailed to two pieces of wood. That's not what Jesus really is. Brother R.
Not according to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary.
Islam. Not a metaphysics. Man, what is metaphysics? I think, the law books are the holy books, and the holy books are the law books, right? This is what I'm curious about then. What is metaphysics? Okay, so we went to a Metaphysical Bible Dictionary to define define Jesus, right? So let's just see what's in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. Pardon me. I know. Let me go back. It was Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, right? So 4TH. There we go. Right. And let's do that. Boom shakalaka. And open up for metaphysics here. Right. And we're in the L's. So I should be real close, right, to the M's. Right. Getting them M's. Right. And we are at METAR, right? So we're really close. MET is getting real close, guys. I didn't want to go with my finger there because I would have just went right past it. Let's see. There we go. I knew I had it highlighted. And this is page 12. When you're talking PDF pages, 1,218 out of 1,956 pages, and which is page 1142 in the actual Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. Metaphysics. I mean, according to the Law Dictionary, what's metaphysics? Why would we even go to a Metaphysical Bible Dictionary? I yield.
Metaphysics, the science of being, the science which deals with ultimate reality. Violent Trust Company versus Westendorf.
Looky, Astro Cookie. So we're dealing with the science pertaining to being, not wanting, not trying, being.
That's
science which deals. What'd you say, bro?
That's common law.
Wow. So metaphysics. Wow, that's common law.
Yeah, that case law right there. That's a case that becomes common law.
Jesus Christ. So hold on. All right, so let's finish defining it then. Okay, so back to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary then, right? Boom, by Charles Fillmore, right? And so according to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, the science, right? According to the science pertaining to being, the science which deals with ultimate reality Bible Dictionary, it says that Jesus is the I in mind, because man is mind, correct?
Correct.
Man is mind. The self, the directive power. Hold on. I have a question to anybody out there. Here's my question. Did any of your pastors or bishops or reverends plainly take you to the word so that you're clear on what's being preached from the pulpit? Or have you been pulled out of a pit or pulled into a pit? That's again, we're not making any negative assertions towards any groups or organizations. I'm only questioning what's been your experience. That's all I want to know. What's your experience? Anyone out there, right? So with that being said, let's
see, we got Sahara Ale in the chat. Says peaceful greetings, Brother Hasan, Brother R, Brother Sean, and to everyone in the chat, happy holy day.
Indeed, Islam, Mother Sahara, happy holy Venus degree to you also. I just wanted to come to the chat real quick, and whoever else is here, of course. So this is great. So this is what I'm going to do then. I'm going to go back to where I shared the post in the Lawful Living group, right? And what I'm going to do, shout out to our Jurisprudent Gym loved ones there in the Jurisprudent Gym community, right? Where we get to exercise, being strong in the mind pertaining to jurisprudence, right? Of course, our foundation, and where we always make sure people actually make sure they boomerang on back to and cycle on back to, is rvbaypublications.com and Moore's Heritage and History School, right? So let me copy that and begin to share it out all over Instagram and Facebook and whatnot, right? So I guess we can move forward from here. We know what metaphysics is. We've defined that. We've defined Jesus metaphysically so that we know who isn't Jesus?
I am. I am.
He is I and I am him.
It looks like I am is Jesus. So I guess those who are not Jesus are those who are not in existence. Right? So now my question, so I guess your answer to that would be to this question. Who is Jesus? Go ahead, Brother R.
I am. Don't mistake me for the second coming. I just am. You know what I mean? I just am. Like I am. I am that I am.
Because you've obviously been raised to divine comprehension, understanding, which means you're upholding, and power. We know power is an illusion. However, it's the I am identity. So obviously you have allowed yourself to travel east, and east is within. You've allowed yourself to go within. Right?
Yes, a lot of that.
Islam. So now what's white? Right? What's white? So we're going to go to rvbaypublications.com, and we have right here, right? What page is this? This is page 4 out of 5, right? And let's just go back to the top so you guys can see what we're actually reading here. The Moorish Divine and National Movement of the World, right? It's a PDF you guys can get from rvbaypublications.com. Let's go back to page 4 here, right? And what we want to know, right? What's white? All righty. And I'm just going to be clear. If for those of you that have your 101 questionnaires for Moorish Americans, shout out to Brother R. Bey for reminding and pointing out, hey, man, that's in the 101 questions for Moorish Americans. Okay, cool. So who would like to read that question and answer where the first white is highlighted there?
I'll read it. Question. Why did Europeans who colonized North America begin to call themselves white people and free white people? When did the term white people come into popular usage by the Europeans occupying North America? Answer. White means purity, purity means God, and God means the ruler of the land. Thus the term landlord. Landlord means landowner, landholder, freeholder, and mine host. On this colored basis, Europeans falsely claim to be the sovereigns of the Americas. The phrase white people is of a social power caste system, having nothing to do with skin complexion. The white people social rank phrase was usurpingly adopted by the Whigamore Party in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and fervently propagated for acceptance during the years 1854 to 1863 Anno Domini.
Jesus Christ. So far, the title that we have here, Jesus is white, ex officio. So we're saying the I am identity is purity, God, and ruler pertaining to the land. Wow. Are you seeing yourselves yet? Mirror, mirror, anyone? You know what I mean? Are you seeing yourselves yet? Seriously, like really, are you? What'd you say, bro?
I dare you mirror me.
Period. Shout out to Brother Exalted Cyclops, Corey Bay. Right? I love that, bro. I love when we do this and have these studies because this was actually motivated. Today is motivated by a meeting that we had Wednesday. Shout out to Brother Chibe also. Right. And we were all, just doing our things, handling FEEK. FEEK is jurisprudence. FIQ is jurisprudence when you go and really study what they call Sufism, right? Tasawwuf, right? And you'll actually, see what certain things are when really seeing, like, just go and ask YouTube, what is Sufism, right? SUFISM. And we could actually probably play some things or whatever, maybe. However, we wanted to kind of get this knocked out or whatever, you know what I mean? Because I know, bro, you got to get Nisi Poo in about an hour or so. So that's why I already know we don't need to really take long. We just need to make our points and then let the people come back and study. You know what I mean? We just need to make our points and then the people will have to come back and study, accordingly. However, I'm going to Facebook now and actually post this. So I'm about to tag y'all also, man, on this Facebook, right? That's the other computer. Don't worry about it. That's the other laptop over here.
Jesus is white and he could never be a resident. Jesus was not a resident.
He couldn't have been a resident, right? At all. However, when we say he, right, he is the feminine principle in action. So he is kinetic energy, where she is potential energy. Not necessarily a being with a vagina is she, and he is a being with a penis. However, what I'm not promoting also is that that flippant gay stuff that they got going on here and trans stuff. That's so out of harmony with nature, and we are for nature's God and nature's law. And when we say God, which is purity, which is the rule of the land, that is to call upon. God is not a noun. It will say it's a noun etymologically. However, when you go back and start checking the morphology, it's actually dealing with the verb to call upon. So that's why you see, even in Genesis, the first thing that God did was speak. And God said, let there be light. Well, in Latin, it's fiat lux, right? So with that being said, what is God? It is what you call upon. That's why it's good for you to know how to do your affirmations, not because it's wrapping your copper wire around your crystals tight ass shit. Then it just seems popular to now emulate Erykah Badu and all these other beings that have 9 times out of 10 probably been, you know what I mean, focused on the science, know what the science is or whatever, despite the perversion that some of these beings actually do with the science, which I'm not for. I'm not for your perversion. Put your turban on, mothers. Seriously, like respect yourself. What you say?
They want to put on like 15 copper bracelets with crystals all the way from their wrist to their elbows, and thinking that they're getting some extra power or something. Like,
don't even comprehend the science fully, because if you really did, you would allow yourself, once you come across, okay, maybe I was this being in a previous time, but now that I've come across this science, I am disciplining myself to be the disciple pertaining to the science, where I'm making sure my family is whole, period. And not just whole as far as the membership, whole in the mind, so that we don't have to find ourselves breaking the family up, making it hell for the children in their minds, so they don't feel like it's them why their mothers and fathers are not together, anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we already know, I go hard for this. I really do not play when it comes to our ancient foremothers and forefathers mindset, so that our days are long on the earth land. So when I say certain things, I get it to certain sensitive ears who are still on the bridge of coming from Negro, black, colored, Ethiopian, African-American mindset. I get it. You're offended. It's okay. You'll get the fuck over it. Trust me, you will. All right. You just have to really want to really study yourself and reflect. Again, you're Jesus and you're white. And again, it's not dealing with skin complexion.
Dealing with purity.
Right? Period. It's dealing with how are you identifying the I am. Right? Masonically, Jesus is justice. However, those of us who can speak the higher degrees, it's Yeshua. However, we're still dealing with consciousness. So when you read the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, check any name, any place, or whatever. None of them actually existed. And remember, when you come into Seven Hill Star, you're dealing with Astro-Masonics when you're dealing with us. Astro-Civics. We're not playing. We're not going to sit here and cater to your beliefs and, wouldn't it be cool to imagine and think of it? I mean, you're entitled to your artistic thinking. A-R-tistic, not A-U-tistic. I'm not being rude or disrespectful. I'm saying artistic. Be poetic in your thinking. It's nothing wrong with that. However, what it actually is pertaining to the science pertaining to being, right? You need to be what you know. And if you don't know certain things, that's cool. Just say you don't know. However, what you can't be, according to not Oral Statement of Prophecy, the 101 Questions for Moorish Americans, number 90. Can a man be Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian? And the answer is
no.
No.
The answer should be, get your stupid ass over there. Like
that. Flat out, bro. Flat out, right? Okay, so I guess we can read the next one, right? Question: what does the phrase free white people mean in law, right? I think we should do that too before we go into ex officio, right? I yield, bros.
Answer: free white people is an ancient caste status term which applies to status and not to complexion of skin, being a universal law phrase. Refer to a good law dictionary, which defines ancient and modern terms of jurisprudence. The following is an excerpt from Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, West Publishing Company. Free white person. Free white persons referred to in Naturalization Act, as amended by Act July 14, 1870, has meaning naturally given to it when first used in 1 Statute at Large 103. Wow, that's volume 1? Volume 1, page 103. We gotta go.
It's like in the beginning, like.
Yo, I want to go look at that now.
Yo, don't you bring it up? If you can bring it up on your device, cool. You already know. I'll yield the screen when you're ready, bro. Go ahead, do your thing.
Islam. See C3 meaning all persons belonging to the European races, then commonly counted as white.
Stop right there. Commonly counted as white, which means they are not.
Yeah.
I yield.
Yeah, and it said then commonly. Then commonly counted as white, and their descendants, including such descendants in other countries to which they have immigrated. Free white persons includes all European Jews, more or less intermixed with people of Celtic, Scandinavian, Teutonic, Iberian, Latin, Greek, and Slavic descent. It includes Magyars, Lapps, and Finns, and in the Basques and Albanians, and the Basques and Albanians.
Or Basques.
The Basques and Albanians. It includes the mixed Latin, Celtic Iberian, and Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal.
Hold on, time out, bro. Time out. This is where I want to stop you reading right there and go back to Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, and actually show them where this is actually in Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. So let me put my finger and slide. I'm going to move fast, and then I'll highlight it so we can make sure to always find it based on highlighting. You can continue right there so we can show them that free white persons is actually here in the Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. I'm in FRA, right? I'm pretty sure free white persons. There we go. It's page 886 out of 1956 pages PDF. However, it's on the 792nd page, all right, in the actual document. So this is where I'm going to do this and hit the highlight, right? Now let's put that in purple, right? Why not? Shall we? Let's highlight that and put it in purple, right? And continue reading, my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, on free white persons. I yield.
I'll yield if the bros wants to read.
I think you had stopped right. Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal.
All right, Islam. You said okay, indeed. All right. I wanted to mention how the Americas is populated with a lot of so-called Spaniards and Portuguese, like in the South America, like Brazil and stuff like that. And so there's like Moors there and Moors everywhere, right?
Correct.
So it's funny how they say Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, as if Spain and Portugal weren't Moorish lands. You know what I'm saying? The mixed Greek, Latin, Phoenician, and North African inhabitants of Sicily, and the mixed Slav and Tartar inhabitants of South Russia. Those are all Moors, except for Slav.
Cool.
but they're descendants of Slav.
Correct. That's why it says the mixed Slavs,
Yeah.
right? Which is slaves, right?
Right, indeed. Or at least slave is Slav, right?
Correct.
It does not mean Caucasian race. Ooh.
It does not mean what race?
It does not mean Caucasian race, Aryan
Wow. So
race.
now it's going to go through a list of what free white persons is not and cannot be. Okay, go ahead. I yield.
Indeed. It does not mean Caucasian race, Aryan race, or Indo-European races, nor the mixed Indo-European, Dravidian, Semitic, and Mongolian peoples who inhabit Persia. A Syrian of Asiatic birth and descent will not be entitled to become a naturalized citizen of the United States as being a free white person. I don't know why they was hating on them Syrians of Asiatic birth, but they didn't want them to be part of their corporation. Actually, yeah, and this is 1872, so you already know what they were doing around 1870, Reconstruction. So you don't want to be a naturalized citizen anyways. Nor a native-born Filipino, nor a native of India who belonged to the Hindu race. They was hating on all the cousins, huh?
I'm just saying that's what you can see though clearly. Regardless of that, I will say what we recognize, because a lot of people will try to make being Moorish American seem like it's something new. It's very ancient, actually, to the point where it has so much respect that it's still being Moorish American, being Moorish, period, still is classified being a free white person according to the Naturalization Act. However, we're not naturalized beings, nor do we support naturalization. However, as you can see, according to that act, which is a part of one stat 103 C3,
Yeah.
you will see that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what was that other term? I know I shared it before. I might have to go look for it. There's another term, I don't remember what it was, African descent or something, dealing with white persons. And under white persons, it says,
oh yeah, when you're filling out like an application or something to ask you for ethnicity and you check white.
Not just that one. I'm talking about a definition in the Black's Law. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
Islam.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll find it.
Islam. So to go back to where this actual document on RV Publications, this PDF that you can get, is actually speaking on this particular portion, right? Just wanted to show you guys, it isn't just like, Mother Ross Mariah put a PDF together that's not really, can't really be researched. You guys already know, if you're a part of Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, which we get free access to, all you have to do is just click on the link in our Instagram at 7 Hill Star or our Astrology Street. It's in our link tree. All right. And you can immediately have access to the same books we have access to. We have all our law dictionaries in there, newspaper excerpts and all types of things, even free video. I think it's 10 free videos in Prophet Noble Drew Ali University where we're just going over, what it is that Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought us. All righty. So we're making sure that the people have what they need. Again, look at us civilizing the world in these new bodies that we've, reappeared in, so to speak. We're making another special appearance to help you guys out on this planet. First and foremost, assisting ourselves. However, we are sent here by our mothers, destined to do what is necessary so that everyone can have that which it is that they need. So with that being said, right, and I'm still sharing, right? I just knew we were going to move fast on some things, bro. So let's just freaking continue, man. Okay, so we now know Jesus is the I am identity. White is purity. Purity is God. God is to call upon, and that's what's ruling the land, right? And it's interesting, right? It's like, even if you look up land in the law dictionary, you're going to still find Moors. You just can't get away from it. I know a lot of people, they don't want to be something because they've been socially engineered. You go, that's the white man stuff. Thank you. Yes, it is our stuff. It is our stuff. we thank you for noticing, actually. However, stop your self-hate so that you can actually embrace your inheritance. You're too busy hating yourself, and you're not really getting that this is your stuff. You know what I mean? Let's put land in green. Let's make it very Venusian here. And I'm going to highlight the whole thing. However, when it gets to Moors, I'm going to do it in, you know what? Let's do red. Please tell me I got a red in here. This is the closest to red I have. Okay. And then when we do Moors, right, we're going to turn that green. Right? Let's highlight that to be green. Right? Let's do that. And I know people are like, oh, well, that means like a marsh, like a swamp. Hey, guess where lotus flowers grow? Out of the mud. You want to talk about get it out the mud, right? Okay. Right. We're not Kevin Gating over here. All right. No, and I'm not being offensive when I say that. I'm just talking about getting it out the mud. That's one of his songs, right?
Yeah, we don't have 6 jobs, let alone one.
Even though we don't get tired. I'm just saying. This is so fun. I'm trying to tell you. Land. I yield the floor. Who wants to read land? Or is it on me now? Brother Sean, you want to read land?
Land, in the most general sense, comprehends any ground, soil, or earth whatsoever.
Stop. Earth whatsoever, which aren't we earthlings? Aren't we, As above, so below. So if we're on the earth, that means we are the earth. Okay, I yield. Go ahead. What'd you say, bro?
True, according to the definition we're reading.
Correct. I yield the floor, Islam.
Islam as fields, meadows, pastures, woods, moors, waters.
Stop. Waters is land.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Okay, I yield.
Yeah, because if you get a property and there's a lake on 10 acres you got, and you say this is my 10 acres, this is my land, this 10 acres is my land, it includes those waters on that land for sure.
Correct. And everything above and below that said quote unquote land.
Indeed.
I yield.
Indeed. Marshes, ferries, and heath.
Jesus Christ. Right? So is that Little's commentaries? I think the code lit is for Little's commentaries. For a Reynard versus City of Caldwell, right? It's obviously happened near the Idaho State Republic, right? And it seems like something went down in Oklahoma. Holmes versus UDOT SDOT. Looky, Astro Cookie. So we done showed you in 2 law dictionary definitions pertaining to free white person and land. So this is why Jesus is white. Because Jesus, I am identity, is white. White is purity. Purity is God. Etymologically, God is to call upon. And when you're calling upon, that's what's ruling the land, ruling the Moors. So we are to speak for ourselves and let no one else speak for us. Who has the right words? Right? Juris, words, diction. Who has the jurisdiction, the right words to speak over us? How do the Americans say no one, right?
How did Keith Sweat say it? Nobody.
Yeah, I know. And who got jurisdiction?
Nobody. Yo, go to I don't know what page it is, but it's African descent in Black's Law.
Alrighty, so let's do that. Boom. Let's do African descent. I'm at ADAEAF, right? AFF. Right. Oh, there we go. It is 159 out of 1956 pages. That is page 83. Let's actually highlight that jam there also, right? Oh, jam. Teddy, jam for me, man. All right, let's do this, man. What is African descent?
Persons of African nativity or of African descent within the meaning of the Naturalization Act.
Jesus Christ. Back to that again.
As amended by Act July 14, 1870. That's 8 United States Code. What is it?
Possibly.
Oh, yeah.
USCA.
Right,
look
section
it up.
703, note, are members of the Negro races of Africa or their descendants by intermixture with races constituting free white persons.
So Negroes, who are Negroes? Let's be clear. Negroes are the Black people, and the Black people are those that have pale skin. So the Negroes are those that are falsely called white people. Alrighty, so your Albion sons and daughters are the actual Negro, because the Negro, Yavera, Arebo, is a chimpanzee monkey. Not being offensive, I'm just letting you know that there's been experiments. That's why this is a Mexum. North, Central, and South of Mexum, contemporarily called America. North America, Central America, South America. However, those experiments were done at Patagonia, termed Argentina. Alrighty, mixing our genes with the chimpanzee. So Negro deals with Black, which is pale. However, when our Moabite mothers absorbed the Negro sons, which are the Albion sons, and let's say she is with child from the spark from a Negro son, which is again the pale skin, right? Then that child would be considered a free white person. However, if a Moorish son is with an Albion daughter, now I'm not a mean or evil being. I'm just saying that you're hilarious. I'm just saying that because I do need to still share. Shout out to my beloved mother, Mistress Consort, and whom I'm all pleased. Right. I'm just saying that I don't think it's technically a free white person if it's coming from an Albion daughter's womb, because you are what your mother is.
Right. Well, in this sense, I take it as social engineering, because then later you see it says the Negro races referred to being those from which the emancipated slaves in the United States descend. And then we are
emancipated. So that's documentation there. I yield.
Right. And we know for a fact that Moors are not slaves nor descendants of slaves. But we know that some Moors were enslaved, some Moors were put into forced servitude, some Moors did voluntary and involuntary servitude, and some Moors were just always free. And then I was going to say some Moors were prisoners of war. For the most part, that's really what it was, prisoners of war, not slaves. But you can see how what they want to do is they want to say that the Negroes are the unconscious Moors. That's what they're trying to say. But it's just interesting how they throw free white persons in here.
Well, correct, because that's again dealing with status and not skin complexion. However, I'm not saying that our Albion sons and daughters are not Moors. All beings on the planet are Moors. You come through a vagina, that ovum, termed egg, was moored to an endometrium, which lines the uterus. So everyone's technically a Moor. There's just a level in hierarchy due to the fact that there were experiments done mixing the Moors, the Aboriginal indigenous, actually. And when we say Aboriginal, because there's a lot of people out there foolishly like, we're not Aboriginal. Aboriginal means to descend from the original. So who's that? The Moabite woman, the copper-toned woman, period. All righty. And so coming out of that sense consciousness, all righty, because the first schoolroom is the womb. When you are clear on who you are, then you recognize the position. And the first one in line is the copper tone or olive shade, when you're speaking skin, woman. And second to her is the Albion daughter. So even the daughters of the American Revolution, they call themselves daughters.
They call themselves that.
Don't get offended, because they know their position.
And
so
even
you're talking republic, the republic, and the daughters. You're really speaking about Moorish harems, where Moorish sons had as their concubine these Albion daughters. And that's why it just seemed like certain Moorish sons can't get enough of that Albion daughter, and that Albion daughter, like the moon, wants its water back. So that's why it goes for the Moorish sons, right? So with that being said, we're not being mean. We just know that at the end of the day, that you guys may not know exactly how to really analyze this literature, right? And with that being said, we're just sharing with you what we've done in our studies. You don't have to agree with us. Believe nothing we say. Research it yourself. Try to prove it wrong. When you prove it right, though, however, teach your loved ones. So Jesus is white. So the I am identity is purity, is to call upon, and which is God. God is to call upon. And that's the ruler pertaining to the land. And we just defined all those things. So what's the next thing in our title to define here?
Pardon me, bro. I'll be right back.
Indeed. Ex officio, right? Ex officio. Let's see. I already have it open too, right? Boom. Brother Sean, Alim, L. All is well. What is ex officio?
Ex officio.
What is
As
that?
a result It's an adverb as a result of one's status or position. Quote, they were ex officio eligible for membership of both clubs, end quote.
Can you do me a favor? Can you then replace ex officio in that little quote there? Replace it with the adverbial definition that's there. They were,
as a result of one's status or position, eligible for membership of both clubs.
So the I am identity, that's Jesus, is purity to call upon. So we're calling upon purity, which rules the land, right? So Jesus is white. We're decoding here. You guys see how you do this with etymology. The language is not about what you feel and what you think is cool. Like, stop that stupidity. That's idiotic. And stop being offended. I'll fight somebody if they don't believe like I believe. Shut your dumb ass up. Stop it. Go sit down and study somewhere. You're an idiot. All righty. And stop rejecting the life raft. Your life raft is 7 Hills Star. If you can't even get to Prophet Noble Drew Ali yet. And then we're going to direct you directly to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Study the literature yourself. Look at these things. Stop wasting your energy and being offended. You're out there in the sharks. You're out there with the sharks in the spirit. And here we go, lifeguarding, helicopters, life rafts, lifesavers. And you want to reject it. Why? Because the life raft may be against your belief system. You're an idiot. Stop being offended. Go to Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, and look up idiots. Stop being offended. So Jesus is white ex officio. The I am identity is purity to call upon, which rules the land as a result of one's status or position. That's what our title is. Look at what we did in just going in on the title. Did we even get to our lesson yet? That's just the title. And this is Impromptu Improv. So this is where we have fun. And this just came about because we were sharing with one another, on Wednesday, some things. And I was sharing my three of my favorite versions of the Helios Bibliothèque, contemporarily called the Holy Bible. All right. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? This would be great. And Brother R was like, yo, we need to go in on Impromptu Improv. Jesus is white. I said, yo, we're going to do Jesus is white ex officio. And we're going to show you what we were looking at in the Bible, the Holy Bible. We're going to go on Bible Gateway, though, and show you guys what it is we were going in on. All right. So I'm still share this. Let me share this to Mother Delilah, right? Islam, the Mother Delilah, share this to Mother Rashida Bey, the Siyaraha for Great Seal National Association for Moorish Affairs, the only Siyaraha. You're not talking about somebody down south thinking they know astrology. I'm telling you, man, when you people think you know astrology, that's why I offer you, like, guys, it would probably behoove you to actually take the workshop intensive from us. Stop being offended and how my voice sounds and how I'm saying it. We enjoy what we're doing. However, we don't play. And we know this is serious. And a lot of you are just like, let me wrap some wire around crystals and put them in my bra or put them in my crown. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the black man. Stop it. You're an idiot. Please stop it. But who's going to come together with idiots? Not I. 1, 2, 3, not it. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Why? Because I've taken my life these past 8 years to make sure I know what it is so I can assist in making sure you guys have what it is that I have so you can free yourselves. Get out of your go along, get along mindset. You want to be cool with the crowd. Oh, I did some time. And since I did some time in the joint that I know more. No, you don't. Because you just got held to be a federal agent. So how did you come home then? Who are you a confidential informant for? Don't brag on that. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop being offended. These are just words. These are words, not even touching you physically. So go in the mirror and look at yourself and see how immature you actually are if you're getting offended. For those of you that aren't getting offended, love, kisses and hugs. All right. That's how this goes. So one last time before we go to Bible Gateway, Jesus is white ex officio. So we already defined already. Jesus, right, is white. Shout out to bro. Peace and greetings, beloved brother. I was just about to text you, man. We live right now, actually, bro. Wow. Yeah, you're on speaker, so we're live on YouTube. Indeed, peace to the more, and definitely, bro. What I'll do is I'll just send it to you, or you can come check it out on you, or you can join us if you want. I can send you the Zoom if you like. So shout out to Brother Arrow. Yes, all right, Islam, beloved brother, peace and love. Happy holy degree, by the way. All right, Islam. All right, so with that being said, guys, yeah. Jesus is white, ex officio, right? So it's like, what are we actually doing here, right? What are we doing, right? Oh, let me go back and copy that one more again. All right, 2 seconds, and copy that there. And then we're going to move forward, right? Again, shout out to Brother Arrow. Right. I'm just going to keep sending this out to everyone. So with that being said, any questions, comments, and or suggestions, Brother Sean, before I bring up the Bible Gateway and share with the people further how it is we actually know how to look at the word and not be believers. We've outgrown belief. The belief is for fools and babies. So we don't deal with belief. We deal with knowing. All righty. However, Brother Sean Limo, any questions, comments, and or suggestions, bro?
No, we doing this is good.
It's long. I mean,
internal exorcisms are probably going to occur when this is watched.
I mean, hey, man. I mean, that's what the people need, right?
Yeah.
They need to have their brain washed because it's been so dirty. So yeah, man, like if you, that's brain, look, let me be the first to say I'm here with spiritual soap and water. Because that brain is so dirty, that brain all in the belief and what it feels, what something means and what it believes it means. That's why I only deal with certain people. If you in belief and think that I should just accept your perspective because everybody got something to give, stop it. You have nothing to give me at all. When you think like that, you have nothing to offer me, and you have nothing to offer your loved ones or any child that may look to you. It's actually horrible that you may think that, and you can't even really allow yourself to be an etymologist and really know what words are that you're speaking. So many copper tone, olive shade people out here calling themselves black, and black denotes pale. And so many pale skins out here calling themselves white, when white is purity, purity is God, God is to call upon, and it is the ruler pertaining to the land, which they cannot. No pale skin anywhere can rule the land. They come second. I'm not being mean. We're sharing the science. Get over yourself. Stop being offended. That's what's wrong, man. A lot of people are real sensitive to the truth. It's like, so what do you want? What do you want Brother Hasan to be wrong about? Why are you so fucking sensitive? And I'm not speaking to anyone specific. I'm speaking to those that I know that will get offended by the clickbait. As soon as people see Jesus is white ex officio, they go, man, their belief dictionary is going to pop up in their mind. See, here on page stupid asshole 11, I believe that the brother shouldn't be talking like that. Like, okay, let's be scholars. Real scholars do exactly what we're doing here. Stop being offended. Stop talking about how much you can do something physical to someone and create a corpus delicti when at the end of the day that holds no water, bro. It holds no land at all. All righty. So You want to read the adjectival one for ex officio, and then I'll go into the Bible dictionary, beloved brother.
Indeed, denoting or relating to a member of a body who holds the role as a result of their status or another position that they hold. Quote, he will serve in an ex officio capacity as past chairman, end quote.
Wow. He will serve as a result of his status or position. Capacity as past chairman. Who's in position to make law and enforce law again? Remind me. You go to your divine constitution and bylaws, Act 1. The Grand Sheik and the chairman are in position to make law and enforce law. Are your Grand Sheiks and chairmen sharing this with you? Oh, you just thought we was going to speak about the pastors and imams. No. All of you so-called religious leader guys and gals out there. Are you really being this honest with your audience? I'm curious. I just want to know what people's experience is. That's all. Be not offended by our impromptu comedy verbiage. It's funny. It's funny for us. We enjoy it. I mean, that's what real artists do. Real artists make art for them to enjoy. And if someone else happens to enjoy it, hey, thank you. All right. So let's go to the Bible gateway, right? I was sharing something, right? And you know how people will they'll be like, oh, well, X, Y, and Z in the Bible and all these other things or whatever. But what I want to do is let's go to your so-called King James version, right? Right, Prince James version, right? So the KJV, I'm going to Jeremiah 38:10. Why am I going there? Because a certain few words there that I would like to bring out. Because remember, Prophet Noble Drew Ali said you're not Negro, Black, colored, or Ethiopian. Right? Because Ethiopia is the demarcation line, a thing divided. Right? However, in the King James Version, it says, because Ethiopian is a denationalization term. So it's derogatory, actually. So let's look at this derogatory term in the Bible. Shall we? Let's have some fun. Then the king commanded Abimelech, the Ethiopian. Whoa, Abimelech, the Ethiopian. King James Version. Remember, King James Version was written in 1611. It was released in 1611, right? So the year 1611. Saying, take from thence 30 men with thee, and take up Jeremiah the prophet out of the dungeon before he died. Okay, all right, King James Version. Let's go to one of my favorite versions. Let's go to Robert Young's literal translation, right? Robert Young spent 53 years of his life doing his best to literally translate, not transliterate, the Old and New Testaments, all righty? So here it says, then the king commanded Abimelech the Ethiopian, saying, take from hence 30 men. Oh, pardon me. Did I hit the search button yet? Let's do that, because I know that it doesn't say Ethiopian. So another derogatory term is Cushite. Oh, I know. Some of you, yeah, we the Kemetic Cushite peoples. Okay, you just called yourself Black again. You just denationalized yourself. And Black is not white. White is purity. But so many of you have been socially engineered to associate with Black, and then you're offended probably by my presentation and the way I'm saying it, because it doesn't seem like I'm sympathizing with the people. No, that's not what lifeguards do. Lifeguards don't sympathize with your drowning. It's okay. They can breathe a little bit of water. I know they're choking, but we're supportive of your drowning. Oh, woo. Let's start let's help the drowning people coalition and organization. Stop it. You're dying. As a man thinketh, so is he. So as the mind thinketh, so is the sentient being. And remember, metaphysics is dealing with the science pertaining to being, pertaining to ultimate reality. So nobody cares about how threatening you can speak or how big you are. I mean, David whips Goliath's ass in everyone that I read. Any reality of David and Goliath, the sincere, seemingly small, unimportant being always kicks the ass of those that think they all big and bad. It's okay. that's why I just laugh at the people that think they're big and bad. They're funny to me.